Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's workout, you will need a yoga block, your body, and a mat. And we're gonna get started right in the middle of our mats. So this series will be all standing, and you can use this workout on its own or layer it on with one of my other videos. So I'm propping my heels up on the block. You want the balls of your feet onto the floor, really spread out those 10 toes. Start to lift your gaze. Try to stack those shoulders right on top of those hips. You can place your hands on your hips. Weight to the tail. Just take a few breaths here, just settling here. Heels heavy into the block. All weight on all toes, big toe balls, mounds, the pinky toe ball mounds. And then as we find center, we're gonna start to play around with that. So we're gonna hinge from our hips. We're gonna inhale, send our tail back and our chest forward. And then on your exhale, you're gonna unhinge, you're gonna send those hips right back underneath your pelvis and stand upright. So you're gonna inhale, hinge, deep crease in those hips, chest forward, tailbone back, and then exhale, rise right back up. So it is very similar to a deadlift here. In fact, that's what we're doing. A nice little good morning here. Inhaling, hinging at those hips. So it's not a squat. We'll be squatting soon. We're initiating from the tail reaching back and the chest going forward. Exhale, standing, squeezing those glutes at the top. Inhale and exhale. Just a few more. Try to keep those collarbones broad. Wherever your hands are, make sure there's one long extended line from head to tail, right? Watch the ribs, hug them in and down. Let's go for another 4. I like the hands on the back of my hips so I know they're initiating from there. Last 2. Gorge, one more. Now opposite of that, I'm gonna bring my arms forward, we're gonna squat. So chest stays lifted, hips go back, and then exhale. Stand tall. Again, we're squatting, knees bend, hinging those hips back. But now our chest is upright, right? Less parallel to the floor. So again, same crease in those hips. You're feeling the sitting bones flare here at the bottom, and then you squeeze those cheeks up at the top. Inhale, exhale. Another round here. See if you can make these a little deeper. Just warming up. 3, 2, 1, and come off that block. Good job. So you can leave the block where it is. I'm just gonna move it slightly over. And we're gonna start with our left foot on the block. If your foot is larger than the block, just make sure your heel is on the block. Your toes can spread over the block. Take a moment here to stand on your left leg. Right foot's floating off the floor. So really, again, distribute that weight nice and evenly in that left foot as best you can. And keep those hips nice and parallel. We're gonna take our right leg out to the right. We're gonna take a squat here. So again, feet about a little wider than you, about shoulder distance. And then you're gonna exhale, stand up, and you're gonna send your right leg out to the right. So you're gonna squat, breathe in. Shifting that weight back to the block, the left foot, as you lift your right leg out to the side. So all 10 toes are facing forward. Yes, the tendency is to lean a little back. I want you to keep your sternum directly over your pubic bone as you rise. Breathing in, exhale, arriving up. Squat, and stand. So again, try to keep your chest lifted. Try not to look too much at the floor. Last few moments here, inhaling, exhale, lift. 4. See if you have a moment up there. 3, 2. Last time. Hold and settle off the block. Take the block into your right hand. Again, the weight is distributed nice and evenly into that left foot. Your goal is to keep your right foot off the ground. We're gonna hinge from those hips. You're gonna send the block to the floor. Stand it up. Hinge from those hips, pick the block up. And what you're gonna do is play around with where you put the block. All right? So what's working is the stability of our left ankle, knee, hip, all strengthening here as we pick up the block and place it back down. Good, just a few more moments here. Again, play around with maybe reaching the block a little further. Right leg can just reach back. We'll say 10 more seconds. Nice, everyone. 5, 4, focus, 3, stay to the end, last 2. Give me one more, please. And rest, shake it out, shake it out. All right, last thing we're gonna do on this side. Hold the block at heart center. Again, weights into that left foot. You're gonna float the right heel up. You're gonna step that right leg out. Behind your left leg to a curtsy. And you'll stand it up. Let's reach our arms up, open the arms out, and then stand back up. Switch hands in that block. Just take it over the other hand and back up. So, pushing off that left foot, exhale to rise. Inhaling, arms out to that T position. As your arms open out to the side, make sure your arms aren't behind you, right? Make sure you can see them in your peripheral vision. Again, arriving all the way up at the top on your exhale. Try not to lean too far forward. Just a little weight forward to load that left leg. 2 more to each side. 2. 2. 1 more to each side. Meet me in that last squat. Bring your torso upright, block at heart center, take a breath. Keep your legs where they are. You're gonna hinge again from those hips, torso forward. Bring your torso upright. Again, exhale. Inhale, torso upright. So don't change the legs. Again, we're creasing at those hips, especially that left hip. Tail reaching back, chest reaching forward. 5. Beautiful. 4. 3. Gaze is slightly forward, not straight down. Last 2. Meet me in that hinge. Hold and breathe for 5. Maybe those arms reach forward and out for 4. Shift the weight into that left foot more. 3, 2, 1, and stand it all the way on up. Good job. So that side is cooked. Shake it out, and we'll do that all on the other side. Block back down. Right foot, again, make sure if your foot is larger, your heel is on the block, toes spread wide. Stand on that right leg, so make sure you're not locking in the right knee. A little softening to the right knee, but stay straight up. So we tend to bend the right knee so much we feel our spine shorten. Stay tall, hips square. Here we go. Squat, take a breath. Exhale, stand. Inhale, really drive into that right foot. Left leg goes out to the left. Doesn't have to be so high. Your goal is to keep those hips parallel. Don't lift the leg where the hip lifts, right? Straight up. Head on top of tail. Keep going. So you might feel like one side feels a little stronger than the other. That's why we're doing this, just checking in, building strength so we stay as even on each side as we possibly can, right? A few more here. Try not to turn out, neutral. All 10 toes straight ahead. 4, 3, keep your gaze slightly up so you don't look down. 2, 1, hold, and rest. Good job. Grab the yoga block. Place your right foot on the ground. Again, don't lock out on that knee. Left foot's off the ground. Only rule, block into your left hand. Drop the block off. Stand it up. Ooh, this side's a little tricky. Hinging from those hips. And play around where you're putting the block. Left foot could go anywhere. Bending that standing leg, right? Be good to it. So. I'm switching hands. Keep that left foot off the ground. You could be moving a little slower if you'd like. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, wherever you're at, 1, hold, and place that foot down. Shake it out, shake it out. Here we go. For those curtsies, hands at heart center, elbows wide, everyone. Shift the weight into that right foot, left heel is lifted. We'll lift our arms up, open the arms as the left foot goes right behind your right leg, and then you stand up. Transfer the yoga block over your head, again. So again, just a reminder, your hips are square to the wall in front of you, so are your shoulders. It's just that left leg crossing behind your right into that curtsy. We're not leaning yet forward. Our torso's pretty upright here. Just a slight lean forward to load that right glute and right hamstring. Exhale to rise, a few more to each side. Try to keep the chest lifted. Keep wrapping that right hip back. 3 on each side. 2. 2. Last one on each side. Meet me in that squat. Yoga block to heart center. Again, keep that 90-degree bend in both knees, hinging the torso forward, pushing down to the right foot, bringing the torso upright, hinging, and arriving back up. Right hip wrapping back, hugging in ever so slightly, torso lengthening forward. Hips back towards the wall behind you. You got this. 4. Exhale, breathe. 3. And arrive, sit a little deeper, last 2. 1 more, hold forward. Maybe those arms fold forward. 5, ribs in and down. 4, sit a little deeper. 3, 2, 1, and stand it up. Bravo, everyone. Just give it a little shake out, shake out. And then you can just place the yoga block now tall-wise, north and south, not wide, directly in front of you. Feet as wide as your mat, so you have this little tripod going on. You're gonna reach your arms up and look up. And you can hinge from those hips, bend the knees. You might need to shift the block right at heart center and just settle here. So gentle bend to both knees. Keep reaching your chest forward, right hand at the center of the block. You're gonna keep your right knee bent, maybe your left leg straight, and then you're gonna open your left arm up to the ceiling. Take a pause here. Big breath in. Good, and then you're gonna come back, both knees bend through center. Left hand at heart center. Start to straighten that right leg if it's available. Right arm up, take a big breath here. Stay there through the exhale. And then return back to center. A few more to each side. So feeling a nice stretch that left IT band here. And then no rush at all, you'll just move the block and just take a nice little forward fold here. You can walk your feet in, heel toe them in so they're about 2 fist distance apart. Good, generous bend of the knees. I like to give myself a little bounce here, maybe a little shake of my head, yes and no. Root down nice and evenly into both feet. Arms stay heavy alongside you as you start to roll the spine on up. Head is the last thing to come up. Good bend of those knees, take a big breath in, lift your arms up, look up. And exhale, lower your arms down beside your thighs. 1 more breath in for your efforts. Rise up, eyes up. And a nice exhale. And you're all done. Hope you enjoyed that one.